I've given this a day or two to dry. Actually, after I put the Neatsfoot Oil on it, I gave it a couple of days to dry. And now it's time to put some final finish. I'm going to put Tan-Kote on it as a final finish. Shake that up really well. Put it in my clamp so I don't spill it. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to apply it with a dauber and then wipe it off with a paper towel. I got an extra one handy just in case I need it. Let me get this stuff out of the way and get to work. Now while y'all weren't looking, I already did the inside of it. Shake it all the way down into that little joint there. Get it on the stitch line. And everywhere. There we go. Put stitch line over here, over there. Now I'll take my paper towel and just wipe it off. That leaves me a nice, thin, even layer that protects it. And I can buff it and make it nice and shiny and pretty. Okay, got little blobs, got to take care of those. Alright. And that is pretty much how I do my finishes on most every leather product I make. Gonna let that dry a little bit more, then we'll go ahead and buff it and get it really pretty. And then after that's done, we're going to let it dry for another couple days again. And then send it on out. Okay. We get the back side. Also, oh, just about lost my dauber in there, didn't I? Hence the reason for a second paper towel. Try to be neat. That wasn't very neat. Try to keep it tidy. Also, I'll put it on the edge. As I said previously, I don't use gum trag as a finish on the edges. Rather, I put Tan-Kote on it, and that's my edge finish. It helps keep the edges nice, and you do it the same way. Put a little bit on and wipe it off. Get the excess off, because if you don't, it'll look gloppy. But we don't want it gloppy, we want it to look nice. Okay, I'll get the back side of it now. And same thing. Just get Tan-Kote on there. At this point, you don't really need to be neat. Because you wipe it on, you apply it, and then you wipe it off. Now I've already done the area in here I did that before I folded it over because it would have been too difficult to get it afterwards. And like I said, I already did the inside up to the top of this belt loop. We'll go ahead and wipe this off now. Looks like I missed a spot. No, it's okay. You don't want to overwork it because it gets a little bit tacky as it dries. Okay, now what I'm going to do is let this dry a little bit and then come back and buff it. And I'm going to re-burnish this edge again to get it back to being nice and shiny. Like this front side here, like right through here is already dry enough. I can go ahead and buff it a little. And that brings out the shine. Okay, that's ready. You can actually use the paper towel to buff it a bit. Now for the edge, oh there it is. I can go ahead and burnish that a bit, bring back that shine. But now the edge is protected, looks pretty good, and it's going to stay like that for a while because of a combination of the gum trag and the Tan-Kote. But there you go. I'm going to continue working on it, buffing it a bit, and then after it dries for a day or two, we're going to go ahead, package it up, send it on out. I think I should state that I don't put it on. I don't do the Tan-Kote just on this edge, but I do it on all edges. And then all edges get re-burnished. People ask me, Wayne, how do you do your edges? It's just not one quick, simple step. You just work on them all the way through the whole process. You know, you burnish them, you gum trag them, you burnish them, you gum trag them again sometimes, you burnish them. Put your final coat on, burnish it again until they look just the way you want them to. And like I said, with the Tan-Kote on them, they're gonna last a while. So now I'm gonna let it sit and dry. Actually, I'm gonna first hold it and dry because I don't want it sticking to stuff when I set it to dry. And after these edges dry a bit, I'm going to go ahead and burnish all the edges over again. I might even redo this one. That's the main one. That's the one that's really got to look pretty. Ain't that pretty? See if I can get the light reflecting on it just right. And after it's all done and all burnished and coated and buffed, we'll come back to it. It's all finished, pretty much dry. I've got it buffed. See if I can get some shine on it here. There you go. I got the finish buffed, and while it's not bright shiny, it has as much of a shine on it as I want. And again, there's your edge with the welt. And I took and I contoured the end of the welt so it didn't just end flat. I put a little bit of shape on it in there on that end and on that end, just to give it a little bit more interest. This is curved because I've seen holsters where it just comes straight down and it's cut off and there's a sharp edge there, and I don't like the way that looks, so I rounded that off. Okay, I'm going to give this another couple of days to dry, and then off it goes. Then it's on to the next project.